What is going on, everyone? This is Marcia here with another episode of the Lady Strong Fitcast. And today I have June, member of the month, Alex. Her and we're going to talk about how she went from depression to an obsession.
So the big question is this. How were two women who didn't cheat and purchase a gym franchise model, how were they able to spread their mission and purpose by empowering and transforming hundreds of women's lives through fitness, nutrition, mindset, and accountability with a micro gym business model of women only? That is the question, and this podcast will give you the answer. We are Lady Strong Fitness.
Alex, how are you today?
I'm great, Marcia. How are you?
I am doing well. I'm very intrigued to learn more about you. You're newer to our community. It's been about 5 months. Correct me if I'm wrong. 5 months as of June 8th. Congratulations. You just had an anniversary.
Yes.
Milestone. So I know a little bit about who you are, but for someone that doesn't know anything about you, please tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, I'm Alex. I just turned 50 in December. So yay. I have two kids, 31-year-old and a 17-year-old daughter who plays softball in high school. I work full time. I'm a project accountant, senior project accountant at a general contractor. So yeah, that's me. Not a very exciting life, but
That's all right.
it's mine. So
I love it.
And I'm in charge of it. So
there you go.
Yeah.
So I do want to kind of hit a sensitive topic here. I want to be transparent because I know there are some women out there that probably feel the same way as you did. You mentioned a little bit about in your bio about you being depressed. Why is that? What was the trigger point for you? Like, oh my God, I need to do something. Like, tell us a little bit about that. Be a little bit vulnerable if you don't mind.
Yeah, no, not at all. So I've actually struggled with depression for a long time. Medication, it's chronic, but I also go through these periods of just being depressed, even if I'm on medication. And I had been in a really bad slump at the end of the year in 2023. Just a lot of things had happened over the last couple of years. My mom died, my boyfriend died, just COVID happened, just a lot of stuff. And I was very depressed. I was not motivated. I had a gym membership. I've always had gym memberships, but I had not gone. I was in a slump and I just felt depressed. And I felt really hard on myself. Like I didn't know where to even begin. And so and depression is, it's a lot of women, it's hard to admit that. It's hard to admit that you're on medication if you need to be. But I also feel like when you're in a good mindset and you're working out and you're taking care of yourself, that has helped me tremendously. It's amazing how much that has helped.
That was my next question.
Figured out what I was going to do with.
Yeah. And let's elaborate a little bit more. How has it helped you? Like, how has working out helped with your depression?
Yeah. So so in January, I came to Lady Strong and that was the solution I needed. Like I didn't know what to do. I was stuck. And then I got a call to come in for a consult and I was like, sign me up today. And I was at it. So I'm that kind of person that when I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. I don't tell people I'm going to do something and don't do it. I do it. So I do it for myself too. So I got right into it and it was hard in the beginning. I had never lifted weights before and I've always had gyms and cardio, but weights. And then slowly I love working out in the mornings. That's my thing. I start my day energized and it just slowly, I just started feeling better. I was getting up, I was excited to get up in the morning to get to the gym. My clothes have started feeling better. I'm eating better. And alcohol. I think I actually mentioned this to Brittany not too long ago that I stopped drinking.
Oh, wow.
In January because, obviously depression and drinking didn't go together. But I also, that helped a lot. Like my motivation, my energy, I was sleeping better. But yeah, I just think working out and eating better, eating cleaner, I feel so much better. I just feel energized and I feel motivated. I feel like I'm myself again, I've always had pretty good self-esteem. So it didn't matter what weight I have been at. I do feel good about myself. I know I'm a good person and all that. But once your clothes start feeling better and fitting better, you just feel better. And so that's all due to working really hard at trying, where I'm at right now. I've really worked my ass off. I wanted to do something and I've done it and I have a long way to go. I know that, but yeah, my mood is better. If my daughter were here, she would she would come in and say yes,
Love
that things have been a lot better with me too. So
That's good. Happy to hear. So you mentioned a
yeah,
lot of non-scaled victories in regards to your clothes, feeling better, and I'm sure, correct me if I'm wrong, you've done in-body scan
yes.
since joining. So I'm curious, share some of the scaled victories. Have you gained muscle mass? Have you decreased your body fat? Have you lost weight? And if so, how much? Let us know.
Yeah, so I have my next body scan is on Monday. So I don't the last one was May 15th and I had lost 32 pounds at that point.
Woo, let's go.
Yeah,
In
yeah,
only 5 months. Actually,
yeah,
less than
right.
5 months.
Yeah. Yeah,
I,
so that I mean that's huge. And yeah, it's just it's not the biggest thing, right? It's weight, but it is. It felt good. But so I had actually told Brittany that my muscle mass has not increased, but I know I've gotten stronger. I've been lifting weights and getting, heavier weights. And she was like, it hasn't gone down though.
yeah,
So she's like, that's, when you start losing weight like that, your muscle mass tends to go down as well,
sure.
until you
Yeah,
start, increasing it. So no, that it's stayed the same. My body fat has gone down. I don't know if, I think it was like 6%, body fat had gone
love
down.
it. Love it.
Yeah. So I think, yeah,
You're
I'm
glowing right
looking
now.
forward to,
You
yeah,
really are. Like I can see
yeah,
it, but
yeah,
I'll be honest with you. You said something like, I think I'm getting stronger. No, you said in your
yeah,
bio, you like, I
yeah.
went from using 5 pounds
Right.
now
Yeah.
20 to 25
Right.
pounds. I'm sorry to tell you,
Yeah.
but you are getting stronger.
Yeah, no,
So,
that you're absolutely right. I had never lifted weights. I was always in the gym doing cardio. That was it. I thought weights were taboo. You can't use weights because you'll gain
no.
weight and whatever. And, since I've come to Lace, I was shocked that here we are lifting all this weight and what it's done to, and I always try, I have a lot of this, still to
Yeah.
go, but
Yeah.
I feel so much stronger. And yes, I'm up to about 20, 25. I try to get to 25 sometimes, but yeah, that's great. I feel that's great. I mean, I can't wait to see how far I get
I
with
love
that.
that. So
I don't
it's
want to be a bodybuilder. I don't
no,
want to
not
be
at all. Your
like
body, mind
Coach
me,
Tom, but
you don't eat like a bodybuilder. There's no way to
right,
be a bodybuilder. But a fun
right,
fact, given your age, and most women, once they surpass the age of 40, typically decrease their muscle mass by 30%, especially if they're not utilizing any sort of weightlifting.
right.
It also helps improve your overall bone density because as we get older, our bones get more fragile. So
Right.
just know that you're doing all the right things.
Yeah.
And you're just getting started. It's only been 5 months. Can you imagine
Right.
what
Yeah.
another 5 months will look like?
Right. I know.
So
I'm so excited for that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And it's all about consistency. And I want to talk about that next is like, what does the next 5 months look like for you? What is your goals? Like, what's going to keep you motivated? Because let's be honest, some people that's reached your point have a tendency to be like, oh, I'm fine. I don't need this anymore. What's
Right.
keeping you motivated? What's keeping you going? Tell us all about it.
Yeah, and I totally understand that too, because I mean, I'm not at that saying, oh yeah, 30 pounds is great. I know I have a lot more and I have a lot more, weight and stuff. I just I don't even know if I know about healthy weight. I don't know if I know what the actual my healthy weight should be. I want to feel stronger and I want to feel better. Motivation, yeah, we can always it's summertime now, right? I mean, you're grilling and you're doing all that fun stuff. But one of the things I want to go and I want to wear a bathing suit to the beach
Ah,
and feel like I don't want to wear a mom bathing suit,
yeah, yeah.
a dress,
I
like
love
I
it.
want to wear something that I'm going to feel good at, but good in. And, so that's a big motive. I love summer. I love being outside. I love the beach. So this is actually perfect timing that I'm not going to just stop right now and say, hey, I'm at where I'm at. I do have that motivation for that. Yeah, and I want to be a good role model for my daughter who is
Okay.
17.
Okay.
She's seeing what I'm accomplishing and she's always telling me how proud she is. My son as well. So I have that motivation too, that I want to show her that, it can be done. I'm 50. Like
100%.
it
Yeah.
shocks me sometimes to say, oh my God, I started this at 50. Like who
Okay.
does that?
That's all
Right.
right.
I mean,
That's all right. At
it
least
seems
you
kind of
got
weird.
started. Yeah.
Right.
So
Just, yeah.
there's one thing that you said. You're like, I want to be able to wear a bathing suit. And I don't know if
Yeah.
you've seen the next events for July yet, but we have our 30-day summer body challenge that's coming up. So for
Okay.
anyone that's
I think I
listening in
did see,
today,
yeah.
what's really cool about that is that you have an opportunity alongside everybody else is to win $500 cash prize. And it's
Okay.
going to be awarded to two people. One person will receive $500 for whomever loses the most amount of body weight percentage.
Okay.
And the next one is whoever gains the most muscle mass. So I would highly encourage you to sign
Okay.
up for that. And it's
Yeah.
for free. So
Yeah. Right.
you can't really miss out on that. So that's going to
Okay.
be the third week of July. I believe it's
Okay.
July 15th or 17th. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm really excited for that. So if
Yeah.
you're looking to kind of stay motivated, what a
Yeah.
great way to receive that cash prize. So Alex,
Yeah. Oh,
before I let
definitely.
you
Cash is
go,
definitely a good motivation.
for sure. I do have one question for you, and this is one question that I ask everybody end of each episode is if you had any advice to give to someone that is either discouraged, feeling defeated, maybe they plateau, maybe we're just like you and they're like, I don't how can I get started? What would your advice be for someone like that?
Well, first of all, I say just don't be too hard on yourself. I think we're women in general, we are very hard on ourselves. And then set goals. Like I started meal planning. Every Sunday I set my goals. I have goals, and they're not crazy goals. Like I want to lose, 2 pounds, or I want to, whatever. But it's not like by in 2 days. I set realistic goals. I think goals are really important. And then when you do hit that goal, you should reward yourself with something. I mean, I don't say food, but something. You should say that you actually accomplished something. I think for me that's really big. And definitely meal planning. I think that's until I started really doing that and deciding what I was going to eat, and in my Fitness Pal, I actually record what I'm going to eat sometimes for the next couple of days. That really helps me to, stay on track. And tracking food, I think that is huge.
Yeah.
I've been a Weight Watchers member, so I knew what to do there as far as tracking it. That is huge too, because you do not realize how much food you are actually how many calories and how much fat and the macros that you are consuming until you start doing it. So I think that's also huge, because I notice on the days that I don't, I tend to overeat, or I don't care. But when you're consistently doing it throughout the day, it helps stay on track. And be kind to yourself. I think that's huge. Be kind to yourself. It didn't happen overnight that I got to this weight, right?
Yeah.
And it's not as fun to lose it, but
Right.
just stay confident.
I love that. And before I let you go, thank you for sharing that, by the way.
Yeah.
I want to kind of elaborate on some of the things that you said. I love how you said celebrate the milestones, because we get so caught up on the end goal, the bigger number, like what you want to lose as opposed to what you are losing.
Right.
When you think about it, like in just the 5 months that you've been a part of Lady Strong Fitness and you look back, you've came a long ways.
Yeah.
But you still may have a ways to go, but I like how you're just celebrating it, and I think more people need to, because we have a lot of women that get discouraged very easily. But if they see how far they've came and look at the smaller milestones as opposed to here, I think that they would feel a lot more successful.
Even the small ones matter, right?
Yeah.
If you just even a beginning, starting something, you won right there by doing it. So just celebrate even 2 pounds, 1 pound, one muscle that you've gained, just everything, celebrate it all, because you're the one doing it. I'm doing this. Nobody else is doing it. You guys are helping and you guys are great, but I'm the one doing the work. And you have to realize that and appreciate that.
I love that. I love that. And lastly, you mentioned also is that you track your food. And that's so important, because again, I'm not pointing fingers at anyone. And if you're feeling like I am, it means this message is resonating with you.
Right.
But it's, you cannot out exercise a bad diet. You have so many women, I'm doing everything, I'm working out all the time. It's like, but how's your food?
Right.
You mentioned when you don't track, you overeat. So thank you for sharing that. And I think you are a true testament as to why you are so successful in your fitness and wellness journey. So thank you for that.
Thank you. Yes. Thank you.
Yes. So with that being said, ladies, thank you so much for tuning in of another episode, Lady Strong Fitcast. Alex, thank you for being on the show
thank you.
Today. Very much appreciated. With that being said, ladies, we'll catch you on the next episode of the Lady Strong Fitcast. Take care, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us today. If you like this episode, subscribe to our YouTube channel or find our podcast on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, or whatever your favorite place is to listen to podcasts. And if you really liked this episode, please leave a review for us on iTunes. Thanks, and we'll see you next week.